Hey everyone, welcome back. You ever been on a construction site and, well, it kind of feels like everything's just barely controlled chaos.
Yeah, I know that feeling. Tools everywhere, materials stacked up. Kind of got to tiptoe through sometimes.
It's like organized chaos, right?
Yeah.
But you know what's not chaotic?
What's that?
A good storage solution. And
Uh,
that's what we're diving into today, specifically these 40-foot high cube
oh,
containers.
yeah. Those things are massive. I've seen them around.
They're like the king-size bed of storage containers. We actually just read this article from On-Site Storage Solutions. It's dated October 1st, 2024, all about using them on construction sites.
Construction sites, huh? Sounds like a good fit, actually.
Right. So let's break this down. What exactly ASES, a high cube container?
Well, imagine your standard shipping container, the kind you see on trains or stacked up on ships.
Yeah, those big metal boxes.
Exactly. 40 feet long, 8 feet wide. Pretty standard. But here's the thing. They're usually about 8.5 feet tall. A high cube, 9'6".
Whoa, so it's like they took a standard container and just kind of stretched it upwards.
That's the one. That extra foot of height, that's the high cube part. And on a construction site, that makes a world of difference.
I bet. More space, right? The article really hammers home this idea of maximizing storage capacity.
Oh, absolutely. Think about it. You can fit way more into a high cube. Could be lumber, tools, equipment, you name it.
And that means you might get away with renting fewer containers overall, less clutter on the site, fewer deliveries to deal with.
Exactly. And fewer containers mean lower transport costs, lower rental fees. That's money saved right there.
Wow. Talking about cost effectiveness, that's going to be huge on a project with a tight budget, right?
Huge. It's like buying in bulk, you know? You get a better deal when you get more at once. Same idea with high cubes.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
So it's not just about cramming in more stuff. The article talks about how strong these containers are. They're built tough, right?
Oh, yeah, heavy-duty steel. They're designed to withstand, well, pretty much anything. We're talking stacked on ships, riding out storms, the whole 9 yards.
So you know your stuff is going to be safe from the elements, safe from, well, anyone who shouldn't be getting into it. Like a big, secure metal box. It's like a fortress for your stuff.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Keeps everything nice and locked up.
But, okay, get this, the article, it goes beyond just like the storage aspect.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. They start talking about using these high cubes as, get this, on-site offices.
Offices, huh? Now that's using your head.
Right. At first, I'm picturing like a metal box with the desk crammed in. But
You gotta get creative.
they're talking about customizing the inside.
Insulation, HVAC, even windows, I bet.
Exactly. You could have a whole team in there comfortably.
Climate controlled, space for meetings, storage, the works.
Way better than some cramped trailer, right?
No comparison.
And then, okay, this part blew my mind. They were talking about those, really tough to store materials.
Oh, I know what you mean. Like giant stacks of lumber.
Yeah. Or like mountains of drywall. Things that'd be a nightmare just sitting out on a site.
Exposed to the weather, yeah, that's a recipe for disaster. Ruined materials, delays, all that.
Plus, think about the security. Keeping those valuable materials locked up tight.
Huge. Especially with how much some of that stuff costs these days.
Exactly.
Hmm.
Okay, and then they get into using high cubes for heavy equipment.
Ah, smart. Protect those big investments.
Generators, welding rigs, even forklifts. That extra height, it's perfect. Just drive that forklift right in.
Or cramming it into some tiny space, hoping nothing gets damaged.
Right. It's like they thought of everything. More space, cost savings, super secure, and adaptable to whatever you need. So it kind of makes you wonder, is renting or buying one of these things, is that the right move? For, like, my project?
That's the question, right? Tough to say without knowing the specifics. Every construction project, it's like, got its own personality.
It's true, yeah. Timelines, budgets, all that.
Exactly. But that's where, a little planning goes a long way.
Right, right. So thinking about how long the project's going to be, how much stuff we got to store.
Security, too. That's a big one.
Oh, for sure. And then I guess like what happens after to the container, I mean.
Good point. Could you reuse it? Sell it even?
So many things to consider, but this article, it at least gives you like a starting point.
Absolutely. Helps you wrap your head around the costs, the logistics.
Yeah, yeah. See if it makes sense for like the bottom line, which is, let's be real, super important.
Always.
But I gotta say, what I really liked about this article, it gets you thinking outside the box.
Oh, totally. It's not just about like, here's a box, put stuff in it.
Right. It's about solving problems. Construction's all about problem solving when you get down to it.
Totally. And it's like a new tool in the toolbox almost.
And who knows? Maybe that high cube, it's not just storing your stuff. Maybe it sparks an idea.
There you go. Innovation from a steel box. I
Yeah.
like it.
There you have it, everybody. High cube containers. Not just for holding stuff anymore. Think bigger.